Today I'm going to be making an authentic Sicilian pizza, although I will be using a pizza pan instead of a stone or a wood burning pizza oven. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my oven to 475 as it says on the package, but my oven isn't exactly right, so I'm going to change that to 450 after start. Okay, the first ingredient is a pizza crust mix. I like the Great Value. It's cheap and it tastes good. The second thing we're going to need is a bowl, a measuring cup, a towel, clean, and a plate. We're also going to use the sink. We're going to put some water in it to set this bowl in while the dough rises. Okay, so let me get my water. Now this pizza crust mix calls for a half a cup of water, and exactly a half a cup is just about what I'm going to use. So there's marks on the inside of this cup. They're pretty cool little measuring cups. This is for measuring fluid. The lines are on the inside as well as the outside. So one other thing that I tried last time and seemed to work out pretty good is to try and keep the flour from sticking to the bowl. Oops, this was just clean. So I'm going to just spray a little olive oil spray in there. It's not required, but you know, feel free. Anyway, then I open my crust. Now that water, I let their water run for a few minutes because I like to use good and hot water. So that way the heat helps it rise quicker, I believe. So I dump that in there. Okay, and then I dump my half a cup of water, and I forgot a fork. I use a fork to just kind of try and moisten as much as I can. Now I am wearing gloves because for me, after I kind of moisten everything up, I just scrape the dough off here, and then I just get in here and kind of scrape it off the sides and try to get it mixed up to a good, you know, a consistent dough. Trying to get some of the lumpies out. You know, when you're cooking hoo-haws, brownies, you can leave kind of chunky, kind of leave the dough kind of chunky for brownies. But since this is pizza, we're gonna try and get all the mix in there. Swirl it around. One thing you can also do is spray your hands with the olive oil prior to mixing this up, and then it won't stick as bad, I guess you could say. Now, roll it around a little bit. Another thing I like to use is whatever Doodad says, oleo, olive oil. I have my olive oil in a squeeze bottle because I use it a lot. So I just knead this dough up a bit, you know, get a nice ball going. Pull it off my fingers, that kind of stuff. Sorry, this is gonna be kind of long just to make a dough ball, but you know, I just that's my first video. So anyway, as you can see, I'm kind of got my ball here. I just knead it up a little bit, but you can see how it's the olive oil kind of helps it from sticking so bad, and get a nice little ball. And then you can squirt a little in the bowl there. Sorry, my kitchen light is out, and I went to change it, and I had the wrong ball. So anyway, now I have a nice ball, smooth around. Anyway, back in the bowl, I kind of flatten it out so the heat can get into it quicker when I take it to rising. And more on my fingers. You can use vegetable oil too. It don't matter. I just got in the habit of using olive oil when I was in Italy. So now the next thing is I'm going to take this towel that I have and I'm going to get it wet with the hot water. Okay. Now while I'm doing that, I'm getting the sink ready, and I'm going to put about 2 inches, or I guess maybe 3 inches of water in the sink, just enough, and I'll show you it after I get done here, but it's going to be like hot water. Now I've gotten this wet, and I placed it just loosely on top of my dough. Now that should be enough to hold the heat in, but what I do is I like to put a plate on top of there. It makes almost like a little oven. And then what I'm going to do is take this over here and swing this around so you can see my water is going into the sink pretty good. Don't have quite 2 inches in there yet, but it's coming along. And then after, yeah, maybe 1.5 inches or whatever. It's just enough to cover like where you think the bottom of your dough is. You don't want too much because then your bowl will end up floating and it might tip over and let water into your dough. So now, while that is rising, I don't know what time it is, but while that's rising, I'm going to go ahead and get some of my other ingredients ready. Now, what I'm going to use today is this Italian herb grinder. These things are really great. I think they're a little expensive, and if I can ever figure out how to put all the herbs together, I will probably be making my own Italian seasoning. Some of the ingredients are rosemary, black pepper, red pepper, garlic, onion, sea salt, tomato, and parsley. I really like the rosemary. Rosemary is very Italian. And then I do have a little extra garlic powder that I kind of shake around the crust. For the sauce today, I'm just going to use diced tomatoes with these herbs. And then for cheese, I have some fresh mozzarella. This is pretty much what they use in Italy, and this is what I'm gonna call a margherita pizza. It's just a regular pizza. I can't remember. Yeah, I think they call it margherita. Anyway, this is the cheese I'm going to be using. While my oven just went off as it's already preheated, while this dough is rising, I'm going to be slicing this up, and then we'll put it all together in just a few minutes. Like, share, and comment below.